what we are practicing in Islam in Nigeria is wrong. I fight jihad. I fight the Christians. I fight the unbelievers in Nigeria. Whatsoever my leaders tell me, the prominent people tell us to do, we used to do it. I fight. I destroy so many properties. I destroy so many people's property.
Wherever you're watching us from, I remember humble one and the only Biafran evangelist Benjamin Johnson. Hear me and hear me clearly. Isba or whatever they call themselves, let them begin to ease and begin to bar themselves only in the north, because the southeast is not available. There's no space. Yeah, in the southeast, we do not have enough space, not to talk of accommodating terrorist group like Gumi. The man that the Saudi Arabia rejected, the man that the Saudi Arabia deported, a man that have the same, Islamic mentality, Islamic ideology, worshiping. They said no, they don't need him in their society, in their country. Why should he now be saying people of such should be coming to Southeast? Who Uzodima collected money from the late Muhammadu Buhari? Good amount of money to establish IDP camp so that Fulani can have access, to come and take over the eastern states of Nigeria, and at the same time to destroy the Biafrans and their indigenes. But at the end of the day, you can see, glory be to people who did not allow them to carry out their, their ideology and their vision, the evil that they intend to carry out in Igbo land. As you can see, regard to what is already on the ground, you will agree with me. See what is happening currently now in Imo State. No peace in Imo State as a result of that. And for how long? Because Uzodima, the money which he has collected, he has not refunded it, although he paid a little by giving them 2.1 billion or trillion for them to go to Mecca. It was part of the money that he returned back. You understand? And now Muhammadu Buhari is no more. So they are looking for a way for him to commit that money. That is why Sheikh is coming with this ideology that the idiot or whatever they call his name, which they use, the element of criminalism, element of nonsense, should be used once again. But I believe that he will not be as foolish as today. Despite the fact he has fooled himself in the very first place, I don't think he will fool himself again by collecting money and allowing such, whether Isba or Babish, to be established in the eastern region, regardless to whatsoever religion that they may claim to have over there. Because that religion and the land of the property that they use in building those nonsense, when the time comes, all of them, the Kukuma know, they know as they go. They go leave that place. No, be that land. The Afra land is a Christian nation.
The Christian nation?
Yes, it's a Christian nation. It's not a place where you can come to do nonsense. It's a place of peace. The hand of God and the Spirit of God lies in the Biafra land. So it's not a place whereby somebody like Shogumi will now come and begin to, talk nonsense or behave anyhow. No. We need peace in the land. We don't want those that will come and start killing again and causing violence and whatsoever in this. No, we don't need them. We need peace. Sheigumi is a negotiator of bandits. So we don't want people that will be negotiating for crime. We want people that will eradicate the crime totally. Yes, so we want to eradicate criminalism in the whole East, not to promote it again. So the Ispa or Wishpa should remain in the north and begin to wish them and visualize them in the north, because they are better. They say better over there. They realize most of them in the whole
But one of the reasons why they are considering it, because they said we know that Igbos have rejected Sharia law, and at the same time they said they are being they are being tribalistic, religious, or being tribalistic against the Muslims there in the southeast.
Excuse me, my beloved brother. You know, sometimes some persons will be talking. I used to wonder, did they have brain at all? Did they suck their mommy's breast at all before talking? If you say that Igbos are tribalistic, please go and check in Enugu State. Do you know how many Yorubas that are holding key positions in Enugu State? They are up to 6 in number or more than that. Yorubas. And nobody is complaining about that. And you are telling me about being tribalistic. Please, do you know that before we have Fulanis all around Igbo land, walking freely, enjoying themselves, living out, living freely. Nobody is disturbing them. Because as at that time, the kind of Fulanis we have that time, they use pankele, they use stick to control their cows. So the Fulani of that time is not the same Fulani now. You understand? And let me tell you, the Fulani now is quite different from Fulani before. Fulani before control cow. And when you pursue them concerning your farmland, they will plead with you for peace. But the kind of Fulani we have now are the Fulani that goes with the gun and bullet and arms. The Fulani before doesn't rape, but the Fulani today rape. Fulani before doesn't kidnap, but Fulani today kidnaps. Fulani before they don't have.
Is it because they are foreign Fulanis? Do you think because they are foreign?
Whether they are foreign or they are indigenous Fulanis, Fulani is Fulani. The foreign one, how did they migrate to come? Is it not the indigenous that bring them? So whichever way, so far they are Fulani, I am describing their attitude and their character currently now. Why we don't want them, why people is like avoiding them. See, the current Fulani today, they will kidnap you, they will collect ransom, and at the same time, they will kill you. That is the kind of Fulani we have today. The kind of Fulani we have today are the Fulani that rape. That is the kind of Fulani we have today. The kind of Fulani we have today are the Fulanis that vandalize people's farm, destroy their crops, and still destroy lives and destroy people's property. So the kind of Fulani today is not the kind of Fulani we need or we want around us. The Fulani before doesn't do this. But today Fulani, what they are doing today, for that reason, we don't want anything for Fulanis. Whether they are local or foreign, Fulani is Fulani.
Okay, but we saw just recently in the north where about 20 27 men were arrested and 35 women were arrested as regard them playing in the rain. They said it was immoral act. These were IGBOs, police, enjoying themselves, and they were arrested, for enjoying themselves. Do you not think that's why the likes of Gumi are calling for IGBO in the south so that they will be able to curtail the Muslims that are going against the Sharia law or the Muslim law?
See, he called for IDP camp, then failed. They called for what is it called open grazing. It failed. Are you getting it? That every state should give them space. And are you getting it? For peace, and they failed. And they tried to use violence. And that violence, excuse me, the violence swallowed them. So now they are looking for another alternative strategy just to achieve one particular dream. And what was the dream? The dream that their late grandfather could not achieve. And there is no other grandfather than Usman Dofodio. Usman Dofodio and his men came into the country, Nigeria, in 1804. 18th centuries. In that 18th centuries, 1804, they conquered the north. They engaged the north in the battle and they conquered the north so wholeheartedly. And they controlled the affairs of the north in every aspect of it. And that is why today, as we speak, you cannot see Hausa man as a government in the whole core north. No Hausa person. You understand? Because they have conquered Hausa completely and aggressive. Hausa doesn't have nothing to do. It is not the strangers that have taken over their place.
They are crying for the Fulanis to leave after killing.
Are you getting it? They have not started crying. The crying, the tears is still coming. They just start because they join hands together and say Igbos with Igbo. That's why Igbo village, even his family is running away. You cannot eat your cake and expect to still have it. Whatsoever you sow, you must reap it. You understand? So, having said this, I want to go more. So, when they now conquered the Hausas and took over, when the British came, the British, you look at it, who are the people that have more upper hand? Hausas that are Nigerians have been conquered. Who conquered them? The Fulanis. Who now empower the Fulanis? Okay, let us play with Fulanis. The Fulanis, they fought against the Fulanis and they conquered Fulanis. You see how the British completely took over the north. Because they have conquered the people that conquered the north. Now they took over the place. See how successfully they were as at that time. So Usman Fodio, when he conquered the north, he make a move because he wanted to expand, because that was the system of what is it called? That Muhammad. That is the system of Muhammad, jihadist. You know, when you conquer a place, you move to another place to conquer in order to occupy. So they want to acquire more land and to occupy Nigeria and take Nigeria by fire force as their own. So that conquest that took place in the north, as he want to extend it, he died in the process. And the area which he died was in Benue, because Igbos as at that time was very much, alive and very much plenteous in Benue. As at that time, yeah. So Igbos cut that ideology down and kill the vision by killing, that place is where he died. Let me put it that way. And on that note, so the vision and the dream could not be further again. You see the reason why that they stood at Benue during the war to shot their first bullet, their first born in the war, in Nigerian Civil War, 1967. It was in the same Benue as a result of this. So that same thing still remains in the heart and in the memory of every Fulanis person in Nigeria, that they must carry on the extension to conquer East and take over Nigeria, because they have tried it and discovered that. You agree with me that they have said, it was this year, if I'm not mistaken, a clergy said, a northern clergy said, that if not for the Igbos, they would have succeeded in conquering Nigeria as Islamic nation. But the Igbos have been a problem. They talk on their flesh. You see why they are looking for whom to use. And that is why they see Uzodima as the best element to use. You see why Buhari gave called him and paid him a very huge amount of money for that IDP card. You see why they are now calling again, if they can use Uzodima again for Isba to come to East. They want to establish those ones so that they will be killing again. Look at the killing that took place in Enugu, and which the youth decided to retaliate. Then the commissioner of police, who happened to be a Fulani, stood against that. But he could not stand against the Fulani in Enugu killing people. You understand? So that has been their agenda, to take over Nigeria, and the only way and the option for them to outrightly conquer Nigeria is to conquer Igbo. So all these things you are saying, Igbo, saying, doing, trying, is just to do what? To find their way in Eastern region and try to have their base and settle, so that they can start from there to conquer other Igbo places. To take over.
But I'll say I'll say Shogumi have come out to beg the Israel, army, because he has been crying for some time. And I said the Israeli, Mossad are here to crush and kill the Islamic cleric in Nigeria. Do you think that Shogumi knows what he's saying, that the Mossad have what it takes to really conquer them, to finish them?
No, Mossad, when you talk of in the world, in the world, after America, if they are not number one, if they are not number one.
The word.
In the world, oh, I'm not talking of maybe in the world, you can't challenge them. Those people are very, very, in fact, they are too unique. You understand? So Sheikh Gumi crying and begging, he knows well. And moreover, they did not come to, if they are in Nigeria, they did not come to kill the clergy in Nigeria, the Fulani or Muslim clergy. They came to clear the bandits. They are here to clear the people causing insecurity, insurgency, all this kidnapping and bandit. At the end, they kidnap, they kill, they do anyhow. Government, we call them bandits. These bandits, who are the sponsors? These bandits, didn't they have a name? These bandits, where did they come from? Of which tribe, of which side? You understand? They must come from somewhere. So these people, Mossad, I believe they have the best intelligence and they have the best training in the world to make sure that they conquer people of such. And you and I, for Sheikh Gumi complaining, you and I know what it stands for. That Sheikh Gumi brothers and family members are the one. Because they are, in fact, they are that bandit we are talking about. So he knows what it takes. If these people, we are to face them, definitely it is to deal with them, not even the clergies, but those ones that are carrying out the evil in the society. We face the wrath of the Mossad.
I think I'll face the wrath.
Yeah, we face the wrath
of the Mossad.
Of the Mossad. Yes, they will face their wrath. And they cannot withstand them. Nobody in the world can withstand them. You understand? You see why they are very, very unique? Because they are too technical, too intelligent, highly with a high frequency. They operate in a high frequency. So you can't compare them with anybody. These are the people that they use. You should ask yourself, how come they know the secret in and out of Iran? These are the people, the intelligent men that Israel use. They monitor Iran, they know in and out, even the next person that will take over, they already know the person. And that's why anyone, this one will part, Israel take up. This one will rise up, part, Israel take up, because they have already hold their list. And it's working accordingly. You see why Iran was scared during that their war. You understand me? And that is why they are scared. How come that these people already know who is the next? And once that next emerges, they will take him off. You understand? So these people, in fact, I thank God if they are actually in Nigeria and if they are in Nigeria for.
Antonio Guterres has come out publicly to say that freedom fighting, it is not a crime. That is enshrined in the UN Charter, that self-agitation, it is not a crime. So the reason why Sawonepa is still in incarceration, the government needs to tell the world why Finland is still holding Sawonepa and Mazi Nnamdi in detention. That everybody has right to self-agitation. Everybody has right to self-referendum as enshrined in the United Nations Charter, and which Nigeria itself is a signatory to it, that has always kept the country under bondage, whereby you feel that nobody born of man can come up with the issue of division. And now, thank God that the United Nations President Antonio Guterres has come out to say self-agitation is a welcome idea, that anyone who feels they cannot be part of a contraction anymore can excuse themselves. That anyone who feels they cannot belong to a country anymore, they can reach out and exit that country. Why are they still holding those who want to exit the country? Why is Finnish government still holding Sawonepa for fighting for the freedom of people? Why is the Nigerian state still holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over the Biafran agitation? Why are they still holding him? Because they are holding him because of their own selfish interests. They are holding him all to themselves because they are the one partaking, they are the one enjoying in this one Nigeria, and some of you that is coming out to say one Nigeria, that Nigeria cannot divide. Who told you that the country cannot divide? In 1914, before the amalgamation, don't we have the southern and the northern protectorates? We are not even living together. We are not one. But today, when the British came up with this forceful marriage, forcefully marriage, that will join us together. And now that result of that marriage has now brought the country into a stagnant, has now brought the country standstill, has now brought the country whereby the country itself is not moving forward. The country as of today is not moving forward. The country as it stands has remained stagnant for 60 years. So when Ojukwu fought the civil war, he knew all this. And if Gowon had kept